Cricket. A game that has ruled the hearts of millions around the world. It's not just a battle between bat and ball, it's a saga of pride, honor, and history, a story passed down through generations. Around the world, there are many rivalries. India versus Pakistan, New Zealand versus Australia. But there's one rivalry that stands above them all. A rivalry where the game never ends, because passion never dies. This is the Ashes. A contest not just for a trophy, but for pride, history, and legacy. But the question is, what exactly is the Ashes? And why is it called the Series of the Ashes? Let's turn the wheel of time, and go back to where it all began. The beginning, 1882. The story begins in 1882, at the Oval in England. It was a historic match between England and Australia. Back then, no one in the world ever imagined that Australia, a land once known as a colony of convicts, would defeat mighty England on its own soil. But destiny had a different plan. Australia triumphed over England, and the whole nation was shaken. The very next day, a British newspaper published a headline: "English cricket has died. Its ashes have been taken to Australia." And that was the birth of the greatest rivalry in cricket history. A story that rose from the ashes, the urn of history. A few months later, the English team toured Australia. During that trip, a small clay urn was created. Inside it, the ashes of a burnt cricket bale. An Australian woman jokingly presented it to the English captain, Evo Bligh, saying, "Here, the ashes of English cricket." Bligh accepted it with a smile, never realizing that moment would become legend. That tiny urn later became known as the Ashes Trophy, and even today, it is preserved at Lord's Cricket Ground in London. And here's the twist, that same woman later married Evo Bligh. Love, ashes, and history, all bound together in one story. The battle beyond the game. This was more than a game, it was an emotional war, where every ball told a story, and every run carried a nation's pride. By the early 1900s, the Ashes had grown beyond cricket, it had become a true battle. Then came a name that changed everything: Don Bradman. A man whose batting average of 99.94 remains unmatched to this day. But in 1932, England devised a ruthless plan to stop him. A tactic known as the Bodyline Series. Bowlers aimed fierce deliveries directly at Bradman's body. It wasn't just a match anymore, it was a test of pride, pain, and patience. The series shook diplomatic relations between the two nations. But it also immortalized the Ashes forever. That was the moment the Ashes proved. It wasn't just a sport, it was a symbol of honor. Rising from the wars. Even after World War II, Australia's dominance continued. In 1948, Don Bradman played his final match. And new legends rose. Dennis Lillee, Jeff Thomson, Alan Border. Names that made Australia nearly unbeatable. England kept losing, but they never gave up. Because in the Ashes, victory isn't just about winning, it's about fighting, again and again, no matter what. The ones who fall aren't the losers. The real losers are those who never rise again. Then came 2005, a new dawn. England hadn't won the Ashes for 16 years. But this time, something was different. Led by Michael Vaughan, and inspired by the fiery Andrew Flintoff, England played with heart, not fear. Every match felt like a war. And when Flintoff embraced Brett Lee after a fierce battle, the world realized, this rivalry isn't about hatred, it's about respect. That moment wasn't just England's victory, it was a lesson for humanity. Legends aren't born, they rise in moments like these. And 2005 was one of those moments. Time moved on, teams changed, but the Ashes remained eternal. In 2010, Alastair Cook scored 766 runs in Australia, leading England to a historic series win.
Oh, that's a good shot.
100 made under pressure. 7th versus Australia.
In 2019, Ben Stokes played one of the greatest innings in history at Headingley, carrying his team on his shoulders, defying all odds, creating pure magic.
Here we go then, the scores are level. Yes!
And then came 2023, the series ended in a draw. No winner, no loser, only respect, and cricket. The Ashes continue, and now, a new chapter is about to begin. The Ashes 2025-26. Once again, History will rise from the ashes. Since 1882, this battle has been fought 73 times. Sometimes Australia triumphed. Sometimes England struck back. But one truth has never changed. The Ashes is not just a trophy. It is the soul of cricket. When these two giants step onto the field, the world stops to watch. Because the Ashes remind us, victory always belongs to those who believe in their game, their spirit, and their history. This is the story of the Ashes, where greatness rises from the ashes, and every defeat ignites a new fire. Cricket game fire the Ashes, more than cricket, the pride that still fuels the flame of the game.